Wembley Arena is jumping right now, and there's just a whole buzz going on throughout the arena, and you would want to be here for our second semi-final matchup this evening. The Tshwane Suns going up against the young Soweto Panthers. Kombuta has it stolen away by Mulamba. Down the floor, Titch, he's all alone. Matiba fakes on the three, drives inside, two huge steps and the layup.
Wow, that was a long stride by Neo Matiba.
Exactly 3 minutes to play. Matiba, 6 on the shot clock, takes another 2 steps, the reverse layup high off the glass. Matiba, 2-on-1 break, back to Matiba, and the layup falls! Deep 3 by Selepe, timely, Matsi for 3, boom, got it! Suns with a 2-point lead. And Suns Nation on their feet. Matiba working on Selepe, turnaround jumper, hits the front iron. Matsi for 3, boom!
Yes, Matsi!
Titch, Matiba for 3, boom!
Ice cold, Neo Matiba.
This game is over. Full-time score after overtime, Tshwane Suns 76, Soweto Panthers 71. If you've been hustling hard all week, your pockets are tight and want to kick it tonight, Wembley Arena, downtown Johannesburg is the place to be. The Doozy Royals going up against the Egoli Magic in the first semi-final. Jackson gets it on the low post, a double team from Tabande, Stern outside for 3, boom! Mtalani outside for 3, sizes up, got it!
Mtalani can knock them down from the perimeter.
Sibankulu, Mtalani, Sitole for 3, pulls up! And he's been huge in the second quarter. Jackson fakes, goes to the basket and finishes with the layup, ties the game! You thought Larry Jackson Jr. was all muscle? Well, he's got moves and he can handle the ball. 2 on the shot clock, he'll pull up as a buzzer, drives in the 3. Talani with the rebound off the Mulabati miss, and he pulls up for 3 on Nobo, drills it, tie game, 56.
Talane has shown up in the semi-final.
Kumalo finds Stern underneath. Oh! Foul, pressure, plus, and stares down Colombo. And that is the kind of dunk that just rattles the Egoli Magic.
Talane knocks it down from downtown. That was even more baffling in the context of what was happening on the floor. Threw it up, and a 1-point lead now for the Royals. Timeout, and time runs out, and the Doozy Royals win. Once again, it goes down to the wire.
And the Doozy Royals eke out a slim 2-point win over the Egoli Magic. Danga for three. Boom! Matsi. Boom! Another three. It's an outside to Matiba. He stops. Step back three. Boom! On the floor. Chulu for three.
Send a pass to Mtembu.
Finds Mtembu inside. And the one-handed to Mulamba all alone. Bang!
Poor decision making. Mtembu!
Mulamba all alone. Bang! That's just how much he's disappeared to me. A three ball. Mochiba outside for three over Selepe. Selepe for three. Boom! Mochiba for three. Boom!
Ice cold. Leo Matiba. One of the best offensive teams in the league.
Well, an interesting aspect about this game, Q, is that they are playing the championship game, and both these teams finished in first and second place in the regular season. So this one is going to be a big one.
Stadium, the fans are here supporting their teams. We have not seen an atmosphere like this at all at Wembley. And a turnover out on the fast break. Through Sunny Moyo picks up the second field goal and 4 points.
Danga all alone for three.
Double-digit lead now.
Talani working, gets it to Junior, blocked. But Simonko is there, cleans up.
And Mtembu has imposed himself on the defensive end.
Motiba gets another look at the three. Boom! Once again!
Stern gets caught behind the screen. Motiba given all sorts of time and space, and the second three in a row for Neo Motiba.
Mtalani. Ngobeni for three. True for three.
Makes Elendenga a difficult prospect to guard. Ngobeni working. And he goes to the rim and gets the finish. Strong play from Takani Ngobeni.
To Shongwe. He's going to work on the low block. Spins on Junior. Puts up the reverse layup with the left hand. Monebatsi beat Junior with the same move, and Shongwe does the same. Shabalala for three. Boom! Cuts the lead to 10.
That the Royals have not been able to breach at this point.
Tulu booms in a three, and a timeout immediately from Coach Rodriguez. 5:40 to play in the fourth quarter game. Motiba gets a good look at the basket for three, and that might as well be the dagger. 10-point game for the Tshwane Suns. 59.1 seconds to play, and that will mark the end of the game. Tshwane Suns.
With me right now, I've got Coach Rodriguez. Coach Rodriguez, your team came out, played really well. Unfortunately, the Tshwane Suns showed a lot of heart and really brought it to your team, and you guys couldn't come back.
Yes, my team came and played with their effort and commitment, but unfortunately the shots were not going in. You know, the shots that we've basically played this whole 3 months, today they just did not go in, and unfortunately it went in for them. But you know what, I don't want to take anything away from them. They played a good basketball, structured basketball. We tried to come back at them. We got to a stage where, you know, 4 or 5 points, and then, you know, balls bouncing off, bad rebounds, you know, lobs. But, you know, congratulations to them. They played well, and I'm still very proud of my players. They really did well.
Coach, your team has been all heart and soul. We have spoken about it before. It showed today at the right time in the finals. Tshwane Suns are the repeat champions.
You know, that team in most games, they've been trailing and then coming from behind to win it at the end. But we know how to protect that lead. We know how to win games. And when it mattered the most, we made it. We made it from Boja.
Now tell me, what was the mindset for you guys coming in? You seemed very nervous before the game. You thought, okay, the doozy rolls and the mismatches. But when it stepped on the floor, that didn't seem to show at all.
You know, you can bring in the heart, you can bring in the physique, but if you don't have the heart, you won't get the results. These youngsters have shown today that they've got the heart, that will to win, that desire to achieve. And to me, I think I'm blessed to be part of this team.
And you should be, Coach. Congratulations on a wonderful season. You are the BNL champions for 2014.
We're making history. We're making history. Nobody gave us the chance this season. Without a captain, he's back with a bang. And I'm proud that we won it, particularly for him and all the Suns Nation, the supporters, the management, the technical staff. It was great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to the Tshwane Suns! What's going on, everybody? It is the third season of the BNL. We're gonna get it on and popping. It's the morning though. I gotta have my coffee on me, keep it warm, keep it butter. But we gotta look butter for the season. And you know how it starts? It all starts with the kick game. Let's get this thing popping. You know, basketball is a lifestyle, but you know, aesthetics to the game, very, very important. I mean, I'm a former player myself, and I always stick to the gear. Nike obviously being the major brand, they're the ones that hook us up, for example, as presenters, keep us looking fresh. So it's a very important thing for the players to select the right sneaker. You know, I'm obviously going to be very biased and say Nike are probably the best and most comfortable shoes, but honestly, they kind of are. You get players, you get signature players. Kyrie Irving is one of them. He rocks the Nike. And I think a lot of the point guards that we have in the league should be looking towards this line of kick because it allows you to have a lot of traction control. I mean, if we know Kyrie Irving, we know his game, a lot of movement, a lot of lateral movement. I mean, he really does his thing on the court. And I mean, I look at this is his signature shoe. Very nice to look at, you know, great color schemes. So the thing with color schemes, the lighter you get, the easier it is to kind of blend it in with your different kits. So it doesn't matter whether you Goli Magic with your purples or whether you're Tshwane Suns with your reds. You know, this shoe, you know, it goes with it. It's dope as well because you can wear this off the court. And that's obviously great. You want to have a shoe that you can't, you know, you don't necessarily only need to wear during the games, but you know, you want to look fresh, you know, when you're hitting the stores, when you're coming through to cross trainers, you just, you know, shop in Sandton. So that's the thing with the Kyries. I think they're really great sneaker drop, very light shoes as well, which is what you want as a point guard. Just protect those ankles. I think the ankle support on this, you know, it could be a bit better, but you know, if Kyrie is rocking them, then clearly, you know, they should be doing pretty okay. Next up, we got the LeBron James Nikes. These are the LeBron 12s. LeBron being one of the most popular players, if not the most popular player in the league. His shoes are always very, very much on top of the list of most bought shoes. And to be quite honest, it's a very, very well-designed shoe. I mean, I love the LeBron James kicks, but I think this 12 in particular is probably the best one that has come out. You know, from a color scheme standpoint, it's just far above everything else that you see. I'm not a fan of too many bright colors on a shoe. I mean, I love the bright, but keep it to maybe 1 or 2 color tones. And the LeBron James 12s, with all of the color schemes that have come out, I think they go really well. From a technical standpoint now, from playing, and these are shoes that I actually work out in, I train in them, I play basketball in them as well. Very, very good ankle support. And you know, I love the sole as well. The sole technology is really, really above a lot of shoes. It really reminds me of the Jordan 11s, just in terms of the sole support and just also, I guess, you know, the general aesthetic. You know what I mean? This is what you want to see out of a Nike. You don't want it looking, you know, like any other branded shoe. You want it to be head above, shoulders above the rest, you know, some sort of royalty, so to speak. And where else can you get it but from King James?
trend in the league is the low-cut sneakers. I'll be very honest, I'm not a huge fan, but I guess, you know, I'm that old school basketball guy. I'm used to the ankle support. I want to have a big shoe. I want to feel comfortable. It has to kind of surround, you know, my ankle. So I think from a technical standpoint, these shoes, I don't know what kind of research they've done, but apparently, you know, you're over 6'5" guys, it offers a lot more ankle support to them. So I mean, Kobe has, I think he came out with the first pair of low cuts. Kevin Durant now is the most popular player, him being MVP from the previous season. You know, so these shoes have garnered a lot of interest. I'll be very honest with you, I don't like them. Like I said, you know, the ankle support for me is very important, and it almost feels like a tennis shoe. You know, and you know, when I'm playing tennis, I mean, we're out here trying to cross guys over. You know, but I said, you know, you're over 6'5" guys, they'll fit into the shoe very nicely. I mean, from a BNL standpoint, Neo Matiba, I know, rocks this shoe quite often. And to be quite honest, his game kind of reminds me of Kevin Durant. I hope he doesn't see this, because then he's going to be on my case about it. But his game kind of reminds me of Kevin Durant, you know, long, lean type of guy, with range, you know, still has the ball handling as well. So maybe this shoe is specifically made for Neo Matiba and Kevin Durant, but it's not really my kind of shoe. But you know, the guy won an MVP trophy with it, so gotta give it some sort of props, right? A shoe like this, I see a Fumani, you know, rocking them, the Doctor, you know, high scoring guard. He's now moved to the Doozy Royals, always brings excitement to the league. To be quite honest, I feel he's the most exciting player. Just a scorer, just a natural scorer. You get guys that are natural scorers, like your LeBron, able to do it from the outside, can do it on the inside, you know, plays in the clouds. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how he fits into the Doozy Royals team. You know, personally, I don't know if it was the right fit for him, because, you know, not to say that he's going to be overshadowed, but, you know, there's a lot of firepower there. And I think a lot of young guys as well that, in my opinion, you know, they should be, you know, they should look up to a guy like a Fumani and try and get to that status. So, you know, it's going to be a battle, you know, between minutes, because you want to keep a guy like him on. But, you know, the young bucks, I don't know where that leaves them. But from a sneaker standpoint, you know, for me, he's the king in the league right now, and you gotta rock the King's shoes. Now, these are the Kobe elites. Elite being the operative word. Kobe Bryant, I think the closest thing that we've seen to Michael Jordan. And he has admittedly copied a lot of Michael Jordan's moves, a lot of Michael Jordan's traits, and it's really just worked for his game. In my opinion, you know, the greatest Laker of all time, and one of the top 5 players of all time. You know, you look at Kobe, and it's all about fundamentals. You know, footwork. He even says, I mean, for him, the thing that has kept him in the league is footwork. He says, when you're 80 years old, what else can you do but rely on your footwork and fundamentals? And a shoe like this, I think, helps him get that kind of, you know, that kind of traction, that level of play. One of the players in the league that does wear them is Somusa Mtembu. Young player, very tall, very agile, you know, needs to hit the gym a little bit, but definitely one of the rising stars in the league. Could definitely be an all-star this league. Played on the national team as well. Didn't get as many minutes as one would have liked, but I think, you know, he's a young guy that's going to grow into his game, start to develop into his body, because that's what happens sometimes with these, you know, with these tall players is, you know, they need to get comfortable with the type of footwork required at that size. And I think Somusa, with a shoe like this, it makes it a whole lot easier for him to get down there in the post and start to work on his moves a little bit, work on the fundamentals, and this will provide him with the right support to be able to do that.
The Mountaineers captain, Ongenda. 3 for 3 and...
Also in the game, Selepe outside for 3, drills a 3! Lechu outside for 3, Danga for 3, boom!
I think it's going to be a great season. 3rd time in, the players are going to come in with a lot more confidence. I think the first 2 seasons, you know, guys were still a little bit nervous, didn't know their places on the teams. Right now, people understand where this game is going, and I think they're going to put a lot more into it. I mean, if you recall, the first season, you know, guys were, it was more of a part-time thing, but now as this league is growing, people are taking it a lot more seriously, and particularly the teams. You know, the top teams right now, I think it's still the higher echelon, so your Doozy Royals, Egoli Magic, Soweto Panthers, those guys are still up at the top, but everyone has got their eyes out on the Duzi Royals, and in my opinion, the most pressure is on them because they need to get a chip, otherwise this season's a bust. I think the Tshwane Suns, coming in as the two-time defending champions, they've got to come into this season with a totally different kind of mindset. The first season, I think the championship run, because it was the inaugural season, they came out, they took it. Second season, people didn't expect it. I mean, mid-season, they weren't looking too strong, but that was obviously a testimony to Neo Matiba being injured. This season, I think even if they don't necessarily start off the block as the hot team, every team is going to be gunning for them because they know, they're like the San Antonio Spurs. They can literally just turn it on, whenever they want. And, truth of the matter is that they have who I feel is the best player in the league right now, Neo Matiba. So his health is going to, play a part in it. But if he's healthy, then, you can't fault them on having a chance, at least, at getting the three-peat. Now, when you talk about classic in the NBA, you have to talk about the two teams, the two franchises that have defined the league. LA Lakers, your Boston Celtics. Now, these two teams, they basically ruled the 80s in the league. They consider it the golden era of the basketball league, and that was basically cemented by two guys, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Now, the shoe that actually signifies everything in that era was the Converse. The Converse Weapons. Now, this was a very interesting shoe. It came out in '85. Larry Bird was rocking this shoe, and Larry Bird actually won MVP that season. Larry Bird of the Boston Celtics. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were the biggest rivals at the time, and we all know Magic Johnson, one of the all-time greats. They then made a shoe for Magic Johnson the following season, which was the same weapon, but an upgrade basically of Larry Bird's MVP one. And turns out that Magic Johnson won MVP in the '86 season, and then they faced each other in the finals. This was a great, great rivalry, a great shoe. Now, this shoe at the time, even though it's a bit obsolete right now from a technical standpoint, at the time it was the biggest shoe and had the most, technical support that any shoe had at that time. It was worn by a lot of great players. Karl Malone was one of the guys, Dawkins. A lot of the great players actually wore this Converse shoe. So it's definitely one for the classics, and that'll round up our classic vault. I grew up in Hillbrow. A lot of people don't even know that, but I grew up in Hillbrow, was raised in exile in Zambia, but when we came back to South Africa, Hillbrow was where it was at, and that was the time when the PBL and the basketball growth in the country was at its peak. I set my appointment up for 1 o'clock. We're here now. I know I was looking a little bit ashy in the previous inserts, but we were building up to now because, can't be jumping the queue. Got to get my fade right, got to get my beard right, my beard game. As far as I know, I'm the only guy out there right now on TV that's rocking the James Harden beard. So I got to go trim it up, look fresh, look nice. BNL is starting up. Got to look nice for the cameras, baby. Shout out to my man Henry for the good looks. I'm looking fresh, all trimmed up, got the beard looking nice. Gonna go home, put on my suit, and get ready to tip off this third season of the BNL. I'll see you guys later.